Yep.
That's good. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely an interesting ending. And with
How that happened.
That was
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
The actual Captain Marvel, not Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay, she didn't become Miss Marvel, but Captain Marvel. No.
I think they swapped places.
Oh, they swapped places.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened. Like they just suddenly, she suddenly became
Yeah.
Carol, or yeah, she was stuck into like a different, like a void or something, and then Carol was the one who was.
Yeah, something to do with the bangle, likely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
she's holding.
But yeah, overall, a pretty good finale. I enjoyed that one.
Really action-packed.
Yeah, pretty action-packed, especially. Yeah, a lot of scenes at the school. Yeah.
And Kamala Khan being like really into her powers now.
Yeah. She's much more confident in using her powers compared to the earlier episodes. And
Yep. Just like that kid said, it was like he was the beta test.
Yeah.
But he survived. He was okay.
Yeah. And then Kamran is the one who's struggling to sort of learn how to use his powers. Now that he's got them as well.
Oh yeah, Cameron, right? Yeah, Cameron.
Yeah, but it does seem like they have diverged from the comics though.
Yeah. And then he ends up, in with the Red Daggers, of all people.
Yeah, which is usually his enemy, but seems like they're gonna be getting along. Interesting.
Yeah.
And as well, it seems like again in the comics, she was an Inhuman created by the Terrigen Mist, and now she's a mutant.
That's an interesting twist. Yeah.
Which means the X-Men are coming at some point.
Could be. That sounds like a hint of, the X-Men.
Yep. Like the first name-dropped mutant in the MCU now.
That's right. So I'm looking forward to seeing that crossover at some point in the future.
X-Men.
Yeah. The X-Men in the MCU, people have been wanting this for years.
Yeah, that's right.
But at the time, Fox owned it, so
yeah, they could.
Now it's back under Disney and Fox. I mean Disney and Marvel. Partnership with Fox.
Yeah.
So now we'll see the heading.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But it does seem like we'll have to wait a year till we see them both in action again, since the release of the Marvels is July of 2023.
Yeah, it's pushed back quite a lot.
Yeah.
Have to wait. Yeah, a year.
Yeah, practically a year now.
About a year from
it's like it's July 2022 right now.
Yeah.
The release is July of 2023.
Yeah,
that's 1 whole year.
I don't know why to wait. Yeah. But we'll see some other movies along the way.
Before that,
Marvel movies. They might incorporate parts of that storyline within those movies to kind of lead it.
Yep.
Maybe, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yep, we'll definitely see how it goes. We'll probably see more damage control. You again cause more damage than the name suggests.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like they played quite a prominent role in this series, so I think that's going to also continue. I think even with like Ant-Man and other movies.
Yeah, considering the Department of Damage Control was introduced in Spider-Man, they've come quite a long way.
Yeah. I can see them appearing again in another Marvel film for sure.
Most likely, yes. and a different form of the Illuminati at some point.
Mm.
But yeah, that was a fun episode.
Yeah,
Really
I
solid.
quite like that. Yeah, it was definitely fun.
Mm. That was the father, wasn't it? The guy,
Mm.
the guy at the end. Yeah. Mm.
The father on the rooftop. Yep.
Yeah, and
That was
it was fun how he was the one who came up with the name.
Oh,
Miss-
Kamala.
Miss Marvel. Yeah.
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 Like I got the same name as Carol freaking Danvers. That was a good one.
Yeah, I don't agree.
And she didn't even realize it the whole time. That's what it meant.
Yeah, Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel.
It also means
Funny that she didn't realize. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what her name meant.
it also
Yep.
means amazing, is it? Or was it
Amazing, wonder, marvel.
Wonder.
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that was the first time they actually named it Miss Marvel.
Makes sense.
Yep. Miss Marvel. We'll definitely see again in the Marvels, as it said. Miss
Yeah.
Marvel will return
He will return.
in the Marvels.
Mm. It'll be interesting what happens. Yeah, when she finally meets Carol Danvers, and
Her idol, right?
yeah, they finally get to be in a movie together.
Yeah. But at the moment, they wonder where the Marvels would start off from. Probably like right at the start of this end of this episode. Like they swap places in some way. They have to like figure that out somehow in the movie.
Yeah, perhaps that's where the movie will start off.
That is most likely, yes.
Mm.
But then it's another required viewing experience before you watch the Marvels.
Yeah, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Like, who is this girl? You know, like you wouldn't even know who her character is really if you didn't watch the series.
Yeah, they're doing that quite a lot recently.
Yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you'll have to be watching that before the next Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Loki as well as season 2 is
And-
coming.
Mm.
So yeah, and WandaVision before watching Multiverse of Madness. That's what you don't know who the kids are.
Yeah. Mm.
They're interconnecting it all
Yeah.
quite a lot.
Yeah. But I suppose that makes sense to link the series and the movies together so that it's all like it all makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And at least these are more limited series runs, so it's not like a humongous load of episodes.
Yeah.
It's good time. Yeah.
Because if it was like a multi-season thing, like say Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that would be hard for people to sort of get into, you know, and then they come into the movies and then, you know, there'd be a lot
Yeah.
missing.
That would take a while.
Whereas with this, I think it'll be easier for people to catch up if it's just 6 episodes.
Yeah, definitely. That's an advantage of the limited episodes.
Hmm.
Of course, DC cannot match anything that Marvel has done.
Yeah.
DC has like the cinematic universe, and then they have the Arrowverse TV shows, which are connected as well, but only in the TV spectrum are linked, not in the movies.
Yeah. I suppose that's helpful for people who are coming to movies that haven't checked out the series. At least they're not missing things
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
important plot points and stuff. So yeah,
So
there's
DC
that
is
advantage.
definitely not as connected as Marvel is with everything.
Yeah.
But still, Marvel is able to tell quite a deep story, and
Yeah. Interesting ways of portraying the different superheroes and making each of them really unique, I think.
yeah, definitely. It also shows their character a lot more in like a limited run. So now we understand who Miss Marvel is. it's a really family show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very family focused.
Yes,
Mm.
extended family. Yeah. as well.
Yeah, extended family. How the brother got to the school was like hilarious.
Oh, the
Yeah.
brother.
And school friends as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the high school friends, the bully, he became a friend.
the perfect friend.
Yeah, it's like quite a tight knit community sort of feel. So
Yeah, it does seem so because once she puts out the place, everyone comes.
yeah, like you can see that pretty much the town sort of defends them
Yeah, they help each
TikTok.
against. It's a damn
And I-
trouble.
yeah.
Even the cops are on their side, the local cops
Yeah.
in Jersey. Yeah. Mm. It really gives you a feel for that community. I
Oh,
think.
it's based in
Yep.
New Jersey, is it? Yeah, okay.
It's probably quite an
Yep, New
accurate
Jersey.
depiction of Jersey.
Jersey, yeah.
That's known for being kind of tight knit community. Yeah.
Mm.
And they also use social media like
Yeah.
TikTok.
Here's TikTok.
Yeah. Funny.
The TikTok seems so funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially at the end when they all had like the funny filters on the TikToks.
Filters.
One being a sausage. Was that the minister? I think it
I
was.
think, yeah, maybe it was the sheik who he was
Yeah.
probably trying to use a filter.
Yeah, he is a filter. It's like this hot dog is halal.
Yeah.
Good one.
Hmm. You know the two guys, the blonde guy and the Cameron, they're good friends now, are they?
Bruno and Cameron.
I think they just spawned it after the explosion.
I think it was more after the explosion, and also because Cameron basically didn't know anyone else, so
Yeah.
to go to, yeah.
So they bonded.
And
after.
considering that friendship, the whole series, he called him Brian.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And then
Yeah.
at the final time, he actually did call him Bruno because
Yeah.
for the longest time, he legitimately thought his name was Brian.
Oh,
Yeah, he just didn't pay attention and didn't realize he got the name wrong.
so the blonde guy is Bruno, you mean? The blonde guy.
Bruno,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
But at least he got the name right the last time.
Yeah, Finally.
the last time.
But it does also seem like they did try to go off Cameron being the bad guy at the end in a short kind of way. You could see it there. It's like maybe he would go bad. But
Like
then-
You know,
they
yeah, they
opened up
definitely teased it.
possibility.
Yeah, they definitely did.
For it to go bad. You mean Bruno? You mean the?
Cameron.
No,
Cameron. Sorry, Cameron. Yeah.
Because you could see it in the eyes. It was like so dark.
Yeah, he changed. Because he's got powers
Is it-
too, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's right.
So that was definitely an interesting episode.
Yeah, for sure. So at this point, we don't know what Cameron will become.
Yeah.
Like at this
Yeah.
point, he seems kind of still an ambiguous kind of character, I think.
Perhaps
So I don't know.
he doesn't really know himself. Perhaps. Yeah.
Mm.
He's trying to
Yeah,
figure
I
out
think
what his purpose is, I guess.
He's struggling to find out what he should be doing now.
Yeah.
The rest of the
Yeah.
clandestines are gone, and his
Mhm.
mother's gone, so there isn't really anyone to guide him.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
So it's
all-
sort of also a possibility of a season 2 for this one as well, too, if they want to cover
Oh,
that
really?
storyline,
Okay.
that story arc, yes.
Find out a bit more. What about the relationship between Cameron and Miss Marvel? Is it a friendship, or is it more than a friendship, or is it a family?
I think there's some attraction there between them, I guess.
Yeah, there was a
And
moment there.
Yeah.
Okay. But not really officially, you could say, dating or anything. No.
No, nothing
No.
like official. No. I mean, I guess
No.
they were just bonded by their experience of, having very similar powers and
Mhm.
I'm not too sure if that's what happened in the comics, but I do know that Cameron became that in the comics.
Yeah.
But then again, this whole series is like really divergent from the comics roots as well.
Hmm.
So
Very different, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
Did you-
quite different.
Do you reckon because of their powers, of the discovery of their powers, that may have hindered their potential to perhaps be in a relationship? Perhaps like because I know that
Um,
it's hard.
Oh,
Mm.
you make a good point there, because one of the TikTok guys said, like the TikTok girl said, this girl will have a hard time finding a husband.
yeah, that's funny. No, one of the aunties said she's going to have a hard time finding a husband.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
funny.
it's gonna be hard. When you have special powers, it's not easy, right? Yeah.
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 You have different responsibilities, and yeah, and they both have the power. That's so
Yeah.
that's even more tricky, I guess. Yeah. And what about the relationship between Miss Marvel and Bruno? What happened there? Is it? Mm,
They're really good friends. You
I
know
think
that
they're
they're
safe.
all
They're
they're close
safe.
friends.
okay.
Yeah. Although Bruno looks like he's decided to go to Caltech, so he's not wanting to
Yeah.
stay in
What was
Jersey.
it?
Then
Oh, he's gonna move to
he's
another
chosen to go there. Yeah.
Did you say Caltech? Is it?
Caltech.
Yeah, Caltech. They were talking about it throughout the series.
Oh, Caltech.
Yeah.
Well,
Because-
He was
research-
approved to go to Caltech.
He got a really good offer to go there.
What's Caltech?
I mean,
California.
it's a good- I mean, of course,
The
any
university.
student, who got that sort of offer should probably take it up. Like it's
That's like
quite
a good
offer.
offer. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
College.
Yeah, definitely.
It's quite a great opportunity for him. For his future. So yeah, makes sense that he'll take
Different career path. Then. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Marvel. Yeah. Mm.
he'll get to
Yes. Yeah,
utilize.
especially coming right out of school, going straight to Caltech must be
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
For
But
sure,
I don't
yeah.
think Kamala could still drive. She still
Yeah,
can't drive.
yeah. She didn't quite finish, learning how to drive with Kamran.
Yeah.
Got interrupted.
Well, yeah, we've only seen her drive like 3 times in the series.
Yeah,
Yeah. She can't. Still young to drive. Yeah.
yeah. Looks like Nakia will have to do the driving still.
Yeah, but
Oh,
she
okay.
is supposed to be the age where she can actually drive.
Who? Miss Marvel.
Like
Yeah,
she can
Miss
go for
Marvel.
like her test.
Oh,
Um,
for the driving test.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's actually 20, but she's portraying a 16-year-old.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And who's the
Yeah,
other
she's
friend?
older than she looks.
You said Nicole, is it the driver, the driver, is it?
Nakia?
Nikia.
You mean like
Nakia, the best friend.
her best friend? Yeah.
Oh, that's Miss Marvel's best friend, you mean? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yep, it does look like they had quite fun with this episode.
Yeah.
No, that was interesting.
Yep. And the "what are you wearing" scene. Okay. What are you
That's
guys
funny
wearing?
with the
So,
caps.
what are you wearing?
Oh, the cats, yeah. What did it say on the top? There's a word on the cat.
Yeah, one says haram and one says halal. So
Haram
I
and
think
halal.
halal is, I think it means like it's allowed, or
Oh,
and haram I think is the opposite or something.
not allowed.
Yeah.
I'm not too
Yeah.
familiar with it. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, what language is that from? Is it? Do you know so?
It'll be Arabic.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Arabic.
'Cause it's
Yeah.
the mosque, right? So
Oh yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, here in Australia, we have food that's marked as halal. Like there's groceries,
Oh, yeah.
like Middle Eastern groceries where they sell food and they will mark it or label it as halal. There's
there's-
actually a certification system here too in Australia.
Oh,
Really?
Actually, there's quite a lot which are halal certified.
Yeah.
If like Costco, the whole meats in Costco are all halal certified as well.
Halal means in Muslim you can have it. You can approve.
It's approved. Or,
It's approved
yeah.
in Muslim Muslim terms, so to speak.
I suppose it kind of means that it's, ethically sourced in a way, sort of something like that. Yeah.
See. Yeah.
And
That's
also butchered in a certain way to not hurt the animals as much and all that.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
So like it's
But-
not animal cruelty sort of.
animal cruelty. And also
Yeah.
certain animals that can eat, right? Yeah, some animals that can't eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh, that's interesting.
Yep. So the first part of this show, it was actually also the first time we actually get a bit of text beforehand.
Mm.
Which is quite interesting because we haven't got that with like all the other episodes.
Yeah.
It was there are certain scenes in this fictional series that some viewers may find upsetting.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which part specifically was it upsetting? Actually?
I'm actually not too sure.
Steph, do you
I
know?
wonder if it's
I'm
I'm
sure.
just trying to think of what could be
Yeah.
sort of triggering. Maybe the police scenes or something, 'cause-
Maybe, yeah. That some viewers may find upsetting. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
That is interesting.
Not too sure. Maybe there's like someone which says that.
We'll have a look at
Is
it.
Marcus in?
Hi, Marcus. Like he's trying to connect.
Marcus, are you?
Hi, Bill. Are you joining into the discussion as well?
Yeah, I just woke up.
Oh, okay.
Good to Marcus is in, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. You can listen to. Maybe he's seen it actually. So you can listen in to.
Yeah. Well, if he hasn't, it's going to be spoilers.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Should we look at some of the Easter eggs?
Yeah, let's look it up.
Yeah,
Look us up.
Easter eggs.
The Easter eggs.
Mm.
Mutants become a part of the MCU.
Yeah,
in
we mentioned
Marvel.
Yeah,
That-
mutants, yeah.
the mutants, X-Men crossover, possible crossover.
Yeah, as being like a mutation.
Yes.
And then followed by a beautiful riff on the classic X-Men the animated series theme too.
Oh, okay, so it is confirmed that she is in fact a mutant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you heard
because
like that little theme, like right at the end, which says, it's gonna be an old label. Yeah, you hear it.
The mutant, yeah.
she's got a mutated gene
Oh, yeah.
in her blood.
Yeah. So it's different to the comics where she was actually inhuman.
Mm.
And the difference between mutants and inhumans were mutants were born with these genes. And the inhumans had latent genes, but has to be activated by the Terrigen mists. And if you're affected by a Terrigen mist, either you may die or the latent gene will be activated, making you superpowered.
Mm.
So this one, of course, she was not in any shape or form exposed to a Terrigen mist, so
Yeah, she wasn't. No.
they made her a mutant.
Mm. I guess that makes more sense since she wasn't exposed, to Terrigen mist. So, yeah, I guess they had to deviate in that sense.
Yeah, but we still know that both the Inhumans and the mutants are still in the same series still.
Yeah.
For example, Black Bolt is essentially the king of the Inhumans.
Mm.
Yes,
If you ever watched the Inhuman series, Black Bolt,
Black Bolts. Yeah.
it wasn't a great show, unfortunately, but we did get him back for Multiverse of Madness, so they got the same actor to play Black Bolt.
Okay.
So the Inhumans are still around, and the X-Men, of course. Spoiler alert for those who haven't watched Multiverse of Madness, we get Charles Xavier.
Yeah. It's a
So they exist in the same plane of
Hmm.
the story now. Yes. So effectively, they could be both an MCU now.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's interesting how they just call it. It's just going to be another label. Yeah. Damage control is positioned as an X-Men style enemy.
Mm.
That's interesting. I just thought the skill just went way off the rails.
Yeah, she definitely went rogue, and you know, didn't follow her orders and just went against, you know, the directive. So
It's true.
Yep. So it seems like she hated and feared the superheroes.
It seemed as if she had some personal bias against the enhanced humans.
Mm.
Yeah, it does seem so. Like she
It's
didn't
hinted
even
at.
care that she didn't even care that other people were there. She just wanted to get her. And yeah. So this could be an interesting idea to make the Department of Damage Control, if they do want to keep having them, to be one of the enemies of the mutants, so the X-Men.
Could be, yeah.
It does make sense if they're going that route.
Mm.
The Red Dagger's map has moved.
That's interesting.
So they're using the map to track for the Noor,
Yeah.
suggesting that there's another story going on in Asia, perhaps another mutant-related plot.
Yeah,
I didn't actually notice this. I
didn't notice that the map had moved. That that they changed the focus on it. But interesting.
Eagle-eyed viewers would notice it. We were just watching it for the first time. We probably would miss it completely. I missed it as well.
I wonder if that's related to Ten Rings at all. If they're moving it to Asia, the map.
Yeah, they've already confirmed that's kind of related to the Ten Rings in some way.
Because the bangle is a type of, it's a ring of power in that sense. Yeah. And
the Ten Rings logo in the place they found the bangle at as well, yes.
In that ancient temple. And very interesting to see that symbol. Yeah.
Miss Marvel riffs on the A-Team. This was a really funny thing.
That was a fun sequence, yeah.
Yeah, everyone came together. They had a plan.
Yeah.
They did the plan. It's actually interesting because you see all of the things in the plan come together. We don't see them talk about it, but we see it happen.
That's
yeah.
So it's nice that they still had it on a whiteboard where we could like screen grab and see that it actually did happen, how they planned it further on.
Yeah, the illustrations and everything.
Yeah, and then the brother comes in like scaring them like crazy.
Yeah, he just suddenly appeared. I was like, whoa, came out of nowhere.
Yeah. This Marvel's powered up look is a nod to an X-Men character. Which one?
Excellent.
They're just the comics armor. I have no idea about this one.
Actually, no. Armor wasn't really introduced in any of the X-Men movies, so yeah, it's not that well known a character.
Damage control uses sonic weapons from the Incredible Hulk.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that's where they got that. Okay.
Yep. So now we know.
Interesting.
Miss Marvel gets a Spider-Man costume. Oh yeah, because it was given to her. Like
Yeah.
how Spider-Man's suit was given by Iron Man.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Marvel's uniform was given to her.
Yeah, Miss Marvel's suit was made by the mother.
Oh, yes.
Like she said that you're not going out there looking like this, that. So she gives her a suit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was good.
Miss Marvel's social media post, including an amusing multiversal Easter egg. What's this Easter egg?
Yeah, there's social media.
Oh, Master Paul 616.
Mm.
In the comics 616, the prime
Oh,
timeline.
okay. Earth 616. Okay, I see.
Earth 616, especially even when they called the MCU Earth 616 in Multiverse of Madness.
616.
Interesting.
Was there a kill arcade in this episode?
I don't think I saw
Okay.
one.
I don't think there was.
No.
It could have been.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm.
There were QR codes in all the other episodes, weren't there?
In Miss Marvel, no, only in episode 4.
Okay.
I don't think it was in every episode. I think it was
Yeah.
in
In Moon Knight, there was almost one in every episode. There was one that was missing in the last episode, I think it was, for Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah.
that was
Yeah.
one.
But this is Miss Marvel, so
Yeah, it's different.
they did something similar on one episode. This lamp-post scene.
Yeah,
I love
that.
the fact that she's Nightlight in like that was her former superhero name.
Yeah, Nightlight.
Oh,
He
no.
didn't have a name yet.
She's sitting on a street light that's like a nightlight.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
But it's also the street light that she sits on in the comics as well. It's like the same design and everything. So it's like a recreation.
So that's a faithful recreation of that scene.
From the comics. That's interesting.
Yeah, and everyone knows this one. Miss Marvel's post-credit scene
Oh.
features Captain Marvel.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
what
seeing
happened with that?
Carol Danvers finally.
Carol
Yeah.
Danvers herself. So it does seem like they swapped places.
What happened?
That's something they'll have to explain.
I
We
think
don't
that
really
will be
know.
explained in either
In the
one of the
Marvels.
next Marvel movies or in the Marvels movie itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But likely they swap places. Captain Marvel sees that she's in the house of a humongous fan of hers. That she
Yeah,
is.
she's seeing all the posters and drawings.
Yeah,
It's
she
like,
saw all the posters. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like- Where has her biggest fan gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's definitely Captain Marvel, as we could see.
Absolutely.
The suit has changed a bit,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we still get the star.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's changed a bit then for the stuff. Yeah. She looks a little bit different. Less a little bit, not much. But,
Well, the hair changed again.
Her hair is different. Yeah,
oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
slightly.
She keeps changing her hair, so this is the newest hairstyle.
Yeah.
I see. Mm.
They made fun of that in Endgame as well as we see her with a different hairstyle in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
She changes her hairstyle. Yeah, that's right.
It's kind of like a running joke.
Ah,
Yeah. But no one has her numbers. It's like Bruce would give you my numbers. We don't have her number. the running joke of Miss Marvel, and Captain Marvel.
I see, I see. That's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit difficult now since we have both Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel.
Yeah. It'll be good to see them together, yes, in the next year.
Yep, definitely. See what's that sound?
And this-
So it could be a Nega Kree band.
Mega Creeper.
Kree Nega band,
Mega Man.
whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that
Okay.
is.
Hmm.
Okay, so the plot involving the Nega band saw Rick Jones and the Kree Captain Marvel switch bodies in the same way.
Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that means that Captain Marvel in some way must have found a bangle, but
Hmm.
on her wrist I don't see one.
Hmm. Yeah. She doesn't seem to
Or
be
maybe
wearing-
or maybe she found it and then dropped it. You don't know.
Yeah. Hmm.
And that was it.
Hmm. So that's all the Easter eggs. Hmm.
Let's see what this post-credit scene explained.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, here.
So my follows is saying Kamala's somewhere else entirely.
Somewhere
Yep.
I
dimension.
wonder where she ended up though. Like where
Oh, yeah.
where
Where's
Kamala
Kamala?
Yeah,
go to, you know?
that is a good question.
Where is Kamala? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is she still in that drawer? Maybe not.
No, it seems like they swapped.
Yeah, different universe.
So the Marvels will also bring Monica Rambo Spectrum in.
Okay. So Monica Rambo is
Monica
coming
Rambo.
back.
Who's Monica
Yeah,
Rambo? again?
Monica Rambo.
Who's
Yeah.
she again?
She was in WandaVision.
She was in WandaVision.
Oh.
Yeah. So she's basically the daughter of Captain Marvel.
Maria Rambo. Yeah.
Maria Rambo's daughter.
Daughter of
She's daughter of
daughter,
yeah,
of,
Captain Marvel. friend.
daughter of Captain Marvel, you mean? Yeah, I see.
Well, if Multiverse of Madness, Rambo was also Captain Marvel.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're gonna go with that for
Oh, you mean?
this time, but
Oh,
Yeah,
we'll
not
see if they choose to do that or not in the Marvel's movie. But,
Yeah.
Interesting.
but that's alternate timeline, and that
yeah.
one died now. So,
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
but it was interesting seeing Rambo as Captain Marvel as well.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, okay, that's very good.
Yeah, so Kamala Khan is also shapeshifter in the original comics, but it's very unlikely she has the same ability on screen.
Hmm.
And yeah, she's wearing her own costume, not Kamala's. So
Interesting.
she definitely didn't do it intentionally. They definitely swapped places.
Yes, definitely.
Where Kamala Khan goes at the end of Miss Marvel.
Yeah, that was
I think this is when it happens. You get that flash and then they swap somehow.
They swap. Yeah. They're not together. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Would have been good if they could meet together. Yeah.
So the bangle was glowing with energy that looked very similar to Captain Marvel's power aura.
Hmm. It is possible that Captain Marvel found that second bangle.
Yeah, as it does say here, the second bangle was never recovered by Miss Marvel's great grandmother Aisha.
Yeah,
So she only has one at the moment.
she has only one, but there are meant to be two. Like the companion bangle was
Okay.
missing.
Yeah, on the other arm. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
So that's why they said the Kree Nega bands was something that swapped two people
Oh,
at
okay.
one point as well in the comics. So perhaps Captain Marvel intentionally activated the second one, which will resulted in her and Kamala switching places.
Mhm. Hmm.
But yeah, this whole article is also speculating what happens. We don't really know.
Mm.
But it is possible because we know that Captain Marvel
Mm.
essentially was trained by the Kree at one point.
Yeah.
The whole Captain Marvel movie.
Mm.
Even though the Kree were lying to her.
Mm.
And she broke free.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the blue arm that was in the place.
Could be a Kree.
They took the band off a Kree hand, likely.
Could be, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the other link. She appeared in the Shang-Chi finale.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay, that's right.
Yeah, like in the post-credit scene as well.
Mhm.
So she was looking around and learning about more of the Ten Rings. So that is actually a good connection.
For sure, because she has been searching for it. So Bruce Banner,
Oh, Bruce Banner's
yeah,
looking for it.
they appeared, and
Yeah, for
and Wong as well.
Bruce
yeah.
Banner.
To know more about the Ten Rings. So maybe she found something and then it transported her and Kamala and Captain Marvel swap places.
Yeah, and that's how they would have ended up crossing paths. Yeah.
Yes, so it's definitely a connection to the Ten Rings. This is the most likely scenario of the movie.
Yeah.
But of course, we're speculating. We don't know. It's hilariously, it seems as the Captain Marvel will already have really given you what's in his
Yeah.
I want to see what it's going to be like. It's like
That'll be fun.
because-
That'll be fun scene. I
Yeah.
reckon it'll be fun scene.
he's a
Look at how it's
humongous fan of Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
I wonder what Captain Marvel would say about the name. Did you just take the name from me? Baby? Hey. That's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
And that was it for that as well. So like, no one really knows yet.
Oh, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Good,
But the next release, yes, is Wakanda
Oh, Wakanda.
Forever, the last one for the year.
right?
Looking forward to
Oh, this is the
seeing where that story
Yeah.
takes off.
this is the movies, right? Movies, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the movies.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania in February 2023.
Then we've got Guardians 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And finally, the Marvels.
Oh,
We have to wait an entire year for the finale
Yeah, I got
to find out what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. A year and 2 weeks, approximately. Yeah.
oh yeah. Yeah, that should be good, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely pushed this back too much.
Oh,
I think it's a bit, yeah,
yeah.
it's much longer than I would have thought.
Yeah, definitely.
Considering like the fact that because the series is released now and then we have to wait an entire year for the continuation of that. You know, will people still remember what happened
yeah.
like a year before? You know?
You're right. It's a little bit longer than they would have liked, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
quite a long.
Yeah, 1 year.
So unless there's like hints being dropped in each of those movies before that lead up to the Marvels,
That makes sense.
it might be a bit difficult for people to remember exactly where things left off.
So hopefully they'll drop some hints along the way. Throughout
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
throughout the
Or
next
the
couple.
plot kind of moves a little bit
Yeah, you're right.
during those other movies. Yeah.
Maybe we'll hear a bit more in Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Hmm.
And Quantum Mania is the next big, what they call Avengers level event.
Yeah.
So we could expect a lot of heroes in that one.
Mhm.
And Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah. I will finally get to see him, I think.
Okay.
Play a bigger role.
Yeah.
Yep, we might get
That's the
Loki
big
back in
one.
that.
Mhm.
Yep, everyone wants Loki back, so Loki might
Yeah.
be coming back.
So he's coming back. And then we've got
Sylvie
back.
as well.
Hmm.
Guardians might be their last hurrah.
Oh, that is amazing. Yeah.
Because they have some which have their contracts ending, so
Oh,
and
Okay.
some who don't really want to continue. So
Oh, that's okay.
Pratt,
I see.
that would be a sad one, they said. So it won't be as happy as the previous ones.
Hello,
Mm.
yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
So we'll probably see like a goodbye sequence in that one at some point.
Hmm.
Exactly. Interesting. Okay. No, that's good. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Hey, Steph, your scores?
Yeah. So I give this episode an 8 because I really like, the action scenes. And it's just a good series finale, tying up sort of, the season quite well. And
Exactly.
it sort of, but it still leaves you open for like a second season to see what happens with Cameron and the Red
yeah.
Daggers. So yeah. So that'll be interesting to see where they go with that. And whether he turns out to be a villain or not. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty good series. And also, interesting to see Damage Control sort of almost being set up as the villain. Now that the clandestines are gone, or Cameron is the only one sort of left of that. Yeah, it looks like Damage Control is being set up as like a villain for like the future as well. Like, like if there's like an X-Men crossover. So
Yeah.
I think it's quite intriguing that Kamala's turned out to be a mutant rather than, like initially we thought she was a Jinn. So
Did it even say that Damage
that's
Control?
an interesting
Um,
kind of twist.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I like that about this episode as well. So
It seemed that Damage Control is contributing to the damage
Yeah, we
on.
damage, that's right. Not actually controlling it, making it worse.
yeah, they should
Yeah.
be renamed to like Department of Damage Creation.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
cause more damage than they actually created.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but I think
inventing.
only because of that rogue lady.
Yeah. So
he went rogue.
she went rogue. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future as well. Whether they continue to sort of, obviously they'll continue to track anyone who's like an alien or has superpowers.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering what happens now, like, and how how they'll enforce the Sokovia Accords, supposedly,
Mm.
whether they'll
Exactly.
change direction with that.
That's a good one. Yeah, cool. What do you give the series, Seth?
The series, I gave it
Yeah.
7.5. I mean, I think
Okay.
some episodes were maybe a little bit slow going at first. But yeah, I mean, I think that it became better. I think maybe the first couple of episodes were a little bit slower going,
Oh,
but
yes.
then sort of improved from then on. Like there was more, like they packed a lot more of the story and a lot more action after that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that's what happens
Mm.
with a lot of series anyway. The first few
Yeah,
episodes
but
always tend to be a bit slower because they're trying to develop the characters.
Mm,
Mm.
Yeah.
But then it's their choice if they want to continue the series where it could get better, or it most of the time it doesn't remain slow.
yeah.
It keeps going.
Mm.
Mm.
Even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like the first 10 episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. were like quite slow because they were trying to develop the characters. And then everything just
Mm.
blew completely so much better in the next few episodes. They kept getting renewed. So
Yeah, that's right. So yeah,
Mm.
you get more action towards the end, and
Yep.
yeah,
once you get to know the characters, of course, then they can do whatever. And
yeah,
Mm.
they'd enjoy it. But you first have to
Yeah.
develop the characters first, otherwise you don't connect with them.
yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Yes. That's right.
What's your score, Jeff?
Okay. Yeah, kind of similar. I'll give this one an 8 as well, I think. Kind of like what you said, it's got a lot of action, and just the way she kind of really, I guess, used the powers to her best ability and beyond, perhaps. And yeah, she really discovered her purpose and her power, and also her relationship with Cameron and Bruno, and then they have a better understanding now. And it'll be interesting to see, the follow-up series, what's going to happen with those relationships, whether they'll turn and go to perhaps the bad side, or whether they'll team up or something might happen. But also Miss Marvel came in as well, which is a very no, Captain Marvel, sorry, which is very exciting.
Fun twist at the end.
Yeah. They didn't meet, but at least they're kind of linked now in some ways.
Just direct link.
Yeah, and then we'll see what happens in the movie, I guess, 1 year from now, and what happens. But definitely interesting to see what happens there. Yeah, no, that should be good. And the series, I very similar as well. I think, I think so. I think 7.5 is a fair one, because the beginning few were a bit slow. You're right. I think it was just trying to perhaps just have a bit of fun with this episode, not so much the story. It came a bit later on, and I think it did build up to a good end. So I think that's what it was intended to do, I guess. And I'll go 7.5. But overall, pretty good series. I learned a lot about the history as well, with the Pakistan, with the Muslim as well, and have a better understanding of where she came from, you could say, where she came from. Yeah.
I think that was well portrayed in those episodes where they showed the history of partition. Like it's real life historical events that happened, and sometimes it's not always handled well in series or movies, but I think this series did it quite well.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's probably one of the best in terms of adaptations.
Yeah.
Try to follow the real history. Yeah, exactly.
The only kind of downside, in terms of like the missed opportunity to show like, the Noor dimension, I feel like they could have put that in.
Yeah, that was a
and
missed
I was actually
opportunity.
hoping to see a little bit of that in this series finale, but that, you know, they obviously didn't go in that direction.
So we kind of
Um,
did a bit. The powers of Kamran looks like the world of the Noor or the clandestine world.
Yeah.
That was the only connection we got.
Yeah.
Like little bit of their home is within Cameron now, apparently, it seems.
A little bit, yeah. But it would have been nice if he could have actually been able to be the one to cross over. Like, I thought maybe at the end he would cross over. He would be the one to be able to go. But then, you know, in the end, he ended up having to flee to Pakistan, having to go to Karachi. So, yeah, I don't know whether he may be able to go eventually to that kingdom, or to the newer dimension.
Yeah, but he says that it's his home, but he's never actually lived there. He was born in.
He was born in Earth, like in the
in our
earthly
dimension, not in your dimension.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly his home, is it?
Yeah. And I wonder who his father was. You know, that's also not really mentioned. Whether he was from Earth, you know, the same way that Aisha, you know, married, you know, a normal human. Whether Kamja did the same thing, you know, funnily enough.
Yeah, because he does seem like he's half human as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's interesting because Aisha wanted to stay because she had a family here, but Kamja, for her, it was the opposite. Even though she did have a family here, she still wanted to go back. That's still desperate to go back. It's kind of interesting, sort of that contrast between them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Bill, yeah, scores.
Bill?
Yeah. Tonight's episode, I think was maybe my favorite episode because she was maximizing her powers throughout the episode, and even where she was overcoming the evil powers, which in all the other episodes were said to be stronger than her. When she enveloped the guy with her powers to basically protect the people in New Jersey, in the immediate area from the harm of his kind of yellow jagged powers, which he was firing out. It seems with a lot of rage. So I'd say tonight's episode also she was like pretty much feeling at home with her powers, and also her family coming to accept that she had the powers and not regarding that as Corban. Accepting it as part of who she was. So for tonight, I'd probably give tonight's episode an 8. For the series, I would give the series a 7, I think.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
Good scores. I think this time around we have really similar scores. So
Mm.
in terms of the episode, this is probably one of the strongest ones yet. And yeah, we get a lot of cool scenes. We see the fight in the school.
Yeah.
We see the immediate aftermath of what happened in the previous episode with the explosion.
Mm.
This episode was just full of like driving the story, not just mindlessly dawdling with silly story elements,
Mm.
which can be fun at sometimes. But this one, since it was a finale, they just held no limits.
Mm.
So we actually get hints of Kamran if he would become an enemy or not. Partnership with the Red Daggers, possibly. And yeah, it's really different for the comics, but essentially I don't mind it. So I haven't really read the comics, so this change for me is fine. I think there'd be some fans which won't like it, or maybe they will. We don't really know.
Hmm.
But yeah, there were also story elements in the whole series, like the whole clandestines. We don't see our world. I do have the same feel. Like, that was been such a good opportunity to tell the story of the clandestines because she's also clandestine herself, like half anyway. And Kamran is
From Aisha, yeah.
from Aisha. So if we got to see that the world, maybe we'd see more of why she wanted to do it. But I guess we never really saw why.
Mm.
Like compared to like all the other villains, they like try to humanize them so we actually relate to them in some way. Like, for example, Thanos.
Mm.
His righteous goal was actually not too far off from what is actually a good plan, even though it's like genocide, but he had a reason behind it. This time around, we get a hint of it, but we don't really see exactly why. They tell you, but we don't actually see it. Like, why is she this passionate doing that? So yeah, that's definitely a missed opportunity there. So the episode, yes, I definitely give it an 8. But the series about a 7.
That's very similar, right?
Yeah, so overall I think we all had like practically the same score.
Yeah,
8
pretty
and a 7
similar.
for the series.
Yeah.
You gave the same score as me.
Yep, I think we all kind of did.
Yeah. And yeah, Steph was 7 7 and 8. Not 8 and 7.
No, it was 8 for the episode, the finale, and then it was 7.5 for the series as a whole.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it seems like we're a lot in agreement this time around with the series.
Yeah. I wonder what IGN sort of thought about.
Ooh, I haven't checked the IGN score yet.
Oh, yeah, let's check it out.
About this episode and also about the series.
The series, yeah.
Did they give series scores? I don't know if they give like an
I think they
overall.
do.
Maybe. So I'll just have it checked. So IGN episode 6.
Because from memory, I think they only give scores for the episode itself.
It's probably this score is. Oh, did I just pass it? It's an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow.
same as our score. Yeah.
Let's take that one too.
Yeah, but I don't think they give a review of the series.
Yeah. It's not. There's no series score as such. It's just.
What
for
about
the-
Rotten Tomatoes?
Probably let's have a check to Miss Marvel. Tomatoes. What did they give it?
Ah, okay, yeah.
About
Interesting that
Yeah,
the critics
it's
are higher.
very close. Yeah, very close to 8.
yeah,
Yeah.
close to an 8.
Yeah.
And the critics are at 98. Wow.
Oh,
Certified
Yeah.
trash.
higher than I would have expected from the critics.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
critics gave it so high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because normally the critics are harder on these,
Mm.
you know, than the audience.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's interesting why they gave it so high.
Yeah, this is probably one of the better Disney Plus series.
Mm.
But as well, I don't
So,
think a lot will watch it because they don't know about Miss Marvel. And plus it's
okay,
Pakistani
yeah.
and all that. So they think that what some will not that's a reason why they wouldn't want to watch it. I would just
With
say
the
just give
tomato
it a
meter.
shot. Give it a shot. Watch it.
Yeah.
With the tomato meter, there's like 263 critics. A lot of the critics would have given it 100%. Some 99%, some 98%, some 97%. It would have rounded off at 98%.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of the actual scores for the series, it has been confirmed that this series is probably one of the least watched series
Oh, really?
of Marvel.
Oh, really? Oh.
I'm just trying to explain why that could be the case.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Like
And yeah, the
less of an audience than Loki.
series, the less that there is a less viewership of the series.
Mm. I wonder if it might also be because, I suppose, just because, you know, like it's set in high school and stuff, like some might see it as a bit of a, you know, it's too teen oriented, like it seems like a teen oriented series.
Yeah, like a kids
So there's
movie.
also that aspect of it that people might think, oh, this is for kids or something, or, you know, they
Yeah.
might see it as more of a teen series rather than if
Yeah.
the characters were all adults, like,
Mm.
you know,
Exactly.
like say the Winter Soldier, or WandaVision, it might be, you know, I guess a different viewership because of
Yeah.
that. Well,
Well,
like
that's-
less.
it does seem like Forbes has written the same thing here. So it's, yeah, viewership is reportedly much lower than the other MCU series.
Hmm.
The reports 775. That's actually quite a lot
It's not
in
bad.
the first
actually.
5
Yeah.
days, but compares unfavorable to all the other live action MCU shows.
The millions, yeah.
I mean, we know that
Yeah.
Loki is the top
Loki
scorer.
2.5. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's actually like half less than the lowest rated one before,
Yeah.
like 1.5.
It's very low, yeah. I see
There's
what you mean.
775.
I don't understand how Loki can be higher than WandaVision because I preferred WandaVision to Loki.
Yeah, I think a lot
Loki was just
did like WandaVision more than Loki, but Loki is the fan
Yeah.
favorite, so of course Loki would be like number one.
yeah.
I guess a lot more people tuned into Loki.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I thought, you know, WandaVision was probably the more, I guess, more creatively, you know, like to me, it's more vibrant in that sense. Like it has that,
Mm.
you know, every episode is so different.
Mm.
I feel
Yeah.
like it creatively, it's a better series in that sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely is a better series. For sure.
Yeah, this is definitely a really solid series. Like, give
Yeah.
if they have reservations, just watch it.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is just trying to
and,
explain why.
yeah.
It of course, Miss Marvel is a brand new hero. Like no one really knows
And,
it. But Moon Knight was
tonight's-
also a new hero.
Unknown conflict as well.
tonight's episode, Dave, you saw that she got a red scarf from the original cartoon.
Was it?
She got the scar from the previous episode. She got it from the Red Dagger.
Yeah. When she went to Karachi.
Yeah.
And met the Redneckers.
So another
that
reason
was-
why
That was a very
Because-
short one, but when her mother gave her the suit,
It was a longer one, a longer scarf with the
yeah,
Yeah.
in keeping with the cartoon scarf.
Mm.
But then again, with the point that we're trying to go right now is, yeah, the lead actress is completely unknown.
Yeah, there's that as well. Like it's
Yeah. Iman
Yes.
Vellani, like
It's a brand new kind of
brand new
Yeah.
actress character.
Mm. True.
Mm.
Yes,
the other
definitely.
actors in the other series were already established actors.
Yeah, like
Yes.
Moon Knight,
who
they
they-
had Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Oscar Isaac. He's very well known, and you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the
Right.
others were already in Marvel movies that were already
Mhm.
established before, you know, because they had started in previous Marvel movies. People already knew who they were
Mm,
before they had the series. So it's a little bit different with not having that background, you know,
Yeah.
because she's a complete unknown.
Yep. And Steph
Yeah.
mentioned this one, it's aimed at the younger crowd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, younger crowd. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was also being paired with Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Then there's the timing
Oh yeah.
of
Yeah.
the way it's
Ah.
scheduled with Obi-Wan.
There was a clash. There was a clash.
Yeah, there
That
was a
clash.
clash. It
the
released
first
on the
series.
same day as well, so that's even harder.
Oh
Yeah.
jeez.
So it's probably what, you know, something that they need to keep in mind in future is not to put the release date on.
Oh
the same.
yeah. To clash with others.
They
yeah.
want, if they want a better viewership or better ratings and stuff,
Yeah.
they
And
should probably
yeah.
schedule a different release date.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Including when we did our own reviews, we did them both together because
We had to do them both together because, you know, they were
it's
attached.
released at the same time.
Yeah. Hmm.
Marketing was not great. I did see some ads like here and there, like in Westfield, there was one at one point, but then because they have those like scrollable ones that change.
Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like, yeah,
Um,
it could have been marketed.
I saw an ad for it in East Guns at Westfield, East Guns, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, one of those digital scrolling billboards.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that I've
Yeah.
seen them around as well. The scrollable
Yeah.
billboards,
Digital-
they're all
digital.
digital.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
these are definitely a lot of reasons why the viewership was a lot lower.
Mm.
Yeah, Pakistani, Canadian, Muslim. Yeah. There's still like racism behind the review bombing. That was actually quite early on.
Hmm.
So hard that
Listen.
I remember the score of Miss Marvel dropped under 50%
Hmm.
until they have to get rid of all of those like review bombs.
Hmm.
And that's it. Yeah, there are a lot of reasons why, but essentially almost everything, a lot of series movies have been review bombed. that seems to be a common staple on these new superhero movies, that people will just review bomb it before watching the movie.
Mm.
But yeah, it's kind of sad that it had a lower viewership.
Yeah.
For such a good series, probably one of the best.
Yeah, but the good thing is at least you know, the story gets picked up again in the Marvels movie. So, you know,
Yes.
hopefully, like once, because people will see the Marvels movie, that will
Oh yes.
get them to go back and watch this series if they thought, oh, I'm not gonna watch this series. But then if they see the Marvels movie, then that might inspire them as well to go back and watch
Yeah.
it.
Watch.
But that's
It's
why,
just now that,
yeah,
you
but
know,
that's also
part of
why the movie should release this year. That way, there's more attention to watch it like right
Yeah.
away.
yeah,
Instead, they wait, and then we watch the whole series, and then now we have to wait an entire year to watch the movie.
yeah. It's a long gap.
Definitely a long gap.
We can remember that.
And yeah, I think that's about it for our.
I think
Review.
we've covered almost everything now.
Yeah, we kind of did. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
stop.